What's up, everybody? We are back with another podcast today. Also, live on TikTok for the second time. First time you guys didn't really get to see it because
technical difficulties.
Yeah. Like always. Well, I thought we were about to have another one today.
And luckily enough, he did correct the audio on it. I don't have TikTok, so
I apologize for everyone that had to listen to that nastiness. Dude, it just made me
toilet
sick.
Water.
Sick.
Garbage.
Toilet water.
Garbage.
Toilet water is an understatement. Gosh.
Dog shit.
Sounded like we were talking into a trash can.
Oh, yeah.
Through the mics.
Yeah. That was bad.
Clean up on aisle 3.
Yeah. It's just bad. It is what it is. We
clean up on aisle 3. So we'll jump right into this drink of the pod because I'm hungover, he is hungover, and so is he. We are getting
too early too.
Yeah, it is really early right now because I got Christmases after this. So we got a drink of the pod that is Smirnoff Ice and Coors Light. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have ever seen this stuff on TikTok. Everyone's trying it. Everyone that I've seen says it's delicious.
And if everybody's doing it, we got to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
and
going to jump off the roof, too.
That reminds me.
Exactly.
Comment a drink for us to try. If we haven't tried it, we will drink it. Yep. So comment a drink for us to try, good or bad.
Please be kind.
I was going to reiterate that. It doesn't have to be good.
It doesn't have to be kind either.
We had the lot lizard. We had the tapeworm, the spicy tapeworm. Let me mind you, that was spicy.
Yeah, it was.
So, I mean, what could be worse than, what was that? It was Tabasco sauce, mayonnaise, and what?
Vodka. And then the mayonnaise,
Do you think you can get
curdled
worse?
up. It curdled up. But if you guys are wondering what ratio you need to do the Coors Light and Smirnoff Ice, what we're doing right now is 3/4 beer, 1/4 Smirnoff Ice.
You have a measuring cup? Or is
He's
it
our
by gulps?
He's our barista for everyone new here.
Yeah. He has done
he's
very
the one
well.
that usually makes our drinks, and he usually makes them pretty heavy.
Yeah.
Pretty heavy.
When you say we get after the hair of the dog there, it's an understatement.
Hair of the dog. We need to get shirts made about the hair of the dog.
Hairy dogs.
We go that way.
We literally have shirts made for dirty dogs.
Yeah. You got dirty with the dogs.
Got dirty with the dogs.
That's for YouTube and TikTok. If you guys have a side-by-side, hit us up. We want to go riding.
Yeah.
If you guys have property, just let us know. If we got to sign waivers, we got to sign waivers. We know how it goes. But we do travel. I mean, within relative distance, of course, because we still have full-time jobs. But if you guys want to go riding and everything, let us know.
Hey, we just got a comment. What up, my dudes? Wild Man Stan checked in.
Hell yeah.
Checking in.
Good
Wild
deal.
Man Stan. Wild Man Stan.
No, I want to get in more side-by-side riding. Hopefully it snows here sooner or later and something that stays with accumulation.
I'm going to shoot out our sponsors right now while he's making this. Don't forget to use code DOH when you guys go to DUBBY's website. Check out all the flavors they have. That DOH will save you 10% off. It's energy drinks, but it doesn't give you jitters, and it makes your brain power way more craziness.
Lord knows we need that.
Sounds like a hippiness that needs.
It's kind of like Joe Rogan's NeuroGum, which we did chew today.
Yeah.
We did chew Joe
Concerning
Rogan's
that it looks
NeuroGum.
like a pill, but yeah.
It does look like a pill. It's kind of
does.
weird. Also, a big shout out to Crafty Creations, who made these cups that we're drinking out of. If you guys want custom made cups, tumblers, whatever, she can do it. Koozies, she can do it. Just mention this podcast, and you get 30% off of your order from Crafty Creations on Facebook, which the link is going to be down in the description below on YouTube. If anybody on TikTok Live wants to look her up, comment, and I'll type in her stuff, and you can just click it and get you going. But those look like hefty drinks, Jody. How many beers did you put in there?
All of them.
Like those cups are
Does he know
up
percentages?
to the brim. I don't know what he's doing. He ain't no Albert Einstein. I can guarantee that. Oh my gosh.
I think it's Mandela is what you're going after
Oh, yeah.
at this point.
Daryl's over there.
Oh, what?
Daryl's over there. We got Merle right here, and we got Earl right there.
So much foam.
Okay.
That is a
Usually on the
lot
videos,
of foam.
well, usually the videos I don't see him put any ice in, so I didn't put any ice in.
No,
So
but that is a lot of foam.
it'll go.
It just
How far down is it? Oh, it's right there. It's about knuckle deep.
Stick your
it's
finger
about
in
knuckle deep. Oh yeah, that is about
It is
knuckle
just
deep.
right there. So,
it. I don't
All right.
have any.
all right.
Mine's bare.
All right, boys, sniff test. Just smells like
This
beer.
smells like beer. Straight up beer.
And sipperoonie, boys. Wow.
Ooh,
Wow.
that's different.
That is
Refreshing.
very good. Oh my gosh.
Wait a minute.
So I'm rating this.
All right. Yeah.
Actually, so let me say something real quick. Jody's drink, Rudolph Piss last week. That that
got high
drink got
ratings.
worse as I was drinking it, and it got my high rating right off the bat.
It's no givesy backsies. We have
I
never
know,
went back on
I know,
another drink.
but that one is definitely more of a shot, not a drink.
I think in different moderation, proportioning wise, it would be decent at that point.
I don't know if you could. It's just too much. But
I still liked it. It was just it was spicy.
this one,
Oh yeah.
I literally could probably drink this for. Definitely, if it was summertime, I'm out in the yard playing
2
some
days in a
beer
row.
jam, some bags, some
Domestic.
beer darts. You know, I'm rating this a solid 8.6. Like I like this a lot.
Yeah. Yep. I agree with that. That's a good rating. I stick with that rating because
Another 8.6.
hot summer day. That's what-
Yes, this is
going.
delicious.
For me, it's going to be a 7.5. But you guys know I'm not a beer drinker by any means. It's still so. The first taste of this was like lemonade to me.
Yeah.
I didn't get. I can still get the aftertaste of beer. That's why I'm going to give it that 7.5 right there. But right off the initial bat, I'm like, lemonade tea. What is this?
And this is Smirnoff Original. None of that flavored stuff. Just Smirnoff Original.
Oh,
And it is. I'm a big fan.
Just Coors Light.
Coors Light.
so it's relatively cheap for everybody else. So
2/3, 1/3, or 3/4, 1/4. You know, somewhere in that region.
the guy,
You know what? Mix it how you like.
How many
it.
beers are in here? 2?
15.
See
Nah,
see a lot of
about
empty
a beer
bottles.
piece.
Oh yeah, that is a beer piece. Okay.
So it's really
Okay.
only- seems like a lot because
Yeah.
I had to open 7
You know
bottles to.
Yeah.
The one thing.
yeah.
But a beer piece and then almost just over 2 Smirnoffs. So
Nice.
Ice probably would make this different though.
Nah, I don't.
Keep
I
it
don't
chilled.
ice down my beer.
But it's a mixed drink. It's not just beer.
It's
Mixed.
carbonated.
Mixed.
I don't know. I like it.
Either way, yeah.
I like
did-
it how it is.
Yeah.
And
I
it's
think
good
on a
that we're
summer-
drinking.
I feel like if you let it sit for too long and it gets warm, you wouldn't like it.
Yeah.
But
I do like it that it's in these insulated cups though, because it does keep it colder
Yes.
for longer.
that are from
only damn
Crafty
sissies let it
Creations.
sit and get warm.
Yeah.
Come on with it.
So I think on a summer day, if I had nothing else to drink, I could smash this and be hammered at that point.
That's our specialty.
Yeah.
That is our specialty. Getting hammered.
Pretty good at getting hammered. Lots
Yeah.
of practice. Lots of practice. Practice
it's-
makes perfect.
It's like another job at this point.
Yep.
It literally is.
Collecting W-2s.
You
Tax
guys
season's-
getting paid?
Hey,
Gotta
tax
get
season's
taxed
right
on
around the
everything.
corner.
No,
Yeah.
hey, we're in Illinois, so I suppose.
Yeah. You gotta get anything you can get at this point, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, hopefully that changes here soon.
So yeah, while we're drinking this, let's move on to Jody's top tier. Because we're gonna save your conspiracy for last, because
I
that is a
agree.
talking point.
It is.
My top tier is appetizers. Your favorite appetizers when you go somewhere. You know, your basics, not like
Fries,
You know,
cheese curds,
yep.
and so on and so forth.
I'd
at
say
that point.
for the most part bar food, or you go to those kind of appetizers.
Yeah. Yep.
You
So
know,
like if I'm going to Applebee's to pick up single moms, you're saying that?
yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
You get them dollaritas and
Who wants to go first?
What is going on right now?
Send her way. Send them her way.
So I'll go first at that point.
Okay.
So my number 3 at that point would be the mini tacos, because I'm thinking like the most bars. Well, of course I've been to bars around here, but we go to Wisconsin. Not this year, of course, but for what 5-6 years prior, we go up there and get bar food every stop. We bar hop. I get cheese curds. But mini
Wisconsin,
tacos.
though.
Oh,
Wisconsin cheese curds.
Yeah, that makes a difference. So you already know where this is going at this point.
Yes.
So you got mini tacos. You can never go wrong. Well, I guess here and there you can go wrong with the mozzarella sticks. So, they got the.
What? So
they got
that's
the
your
shoulder.
tier 1?
No, second. And then my tier 1, you guys already know at that point, it's going to be cheese curds.
Cheese curds.
Oh, you know what? I'm mistaken. I forgot about something. I want to change my second one. My tier 2. It's fried pickles.
So what's your tier 3?
So tier 3 is mini tacos. Tier 2 would be fried pickles at that point, and then my number 1 would be the cheese curds.
So pickles from where though?
Bar food. You just said bar
Are
food.
you doing? Are you doing
going
Spears or are you doing chips?
Chips. I've
Okay.
had Spears like a handful of times, but they always have the chips. Everywhere you go, it seems like they have chips.
Yeah, I love the Spears though.
I'm not opposed to them, but I still think cheese curds, you can never go wrong, especially if you just go an hour north from us.
Yeah. Ain't nothing to it but
I
do
like
it.
that one because I know what you guys are talking about.
So I'm gonna go next. All right, boys. Now this one I put long thoughts. Was up all night thinking about this. So I'm going tier 3. Tier 3 is going to be mozzarella sticks from where was that? What was that one place that we Jake Lloyd's bar?
Lloyd's Long Branch.
Lloyd's Long Branch. It's probably the best mozzarella sticks I've ever had. They were seasoned on the outside and breaded, and then the inside obviously is your Wisconsin cheese, and it is bomb.
I'll take your word for it.
Bomb. Tier 2. This one's a tough one. I'm probably gonna go pepper jack cheese balls from Manny's and Fulton. Love me some pepper jack cheese balls.
Oh yeah,
love them.
I've had them once.
And if you guys have never been to Manny's, I suggest going if you're around us. If you never got the pepper jack cheese balls now you ain't lived until you've had pepper jack cheese balls. So highly recommend that. Get some of them, put them on the tacos. Oh, so good. I'm hungry. I'm probably gonna go there today. And then tier 1 is going to be the spinach artichoke dip from Applebee's.
What'd you just say?
Spinach artichoke dip from Applebee's. So good. So good. So that's my tier 3, 2, and 1.
What the fuck? You're going to end it like that, Popeye?
Well, I just got to, I have specific places where these...
Spinach.
Yeah, spinach artichoke dip from Applebee's is probably the best spinach artichoke dip I've ever had. Get out of here with that nonsense.
You're out of your mind. Anyways,
get out of my ass, turn around, zip the hole back up.
Why do you got to take it that way every time?
I'd say my number 3 would be toasted ravioli.
From?
Man, that's tough because some places don't have it, some places do. And it's usually pretty good no matter where you get it. So
okay.
Number 2, boy, it was a toss-up between the pepper jack cheese balls from Manny's. You know what? I'm going back to my 3. Number 3 is going to be... Damn.
It's a hard one.
Yeah, I thought I had it all figured out.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it.
That's why I got to tier 1. I'm like, oh, I got to go back.
Okay. We're going to go... 3 would be the crab ragoons from The Edge in Rapid City.
Ooh.
Those things are awesome. 2 is pepper jack cheese balls from Manny's. And my number 1 is pretty much deep fried mushrooms from anywhere. Because anywhere we go, if we get an appetizer, if they have mushrooms, we get them. So
usually hit them.
Mushrooms from anywhere.
They usually don't mess those up.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Hallucinogenic or not?
If they have them, we'll take them.
Wait, I found these behind the toilet. Can we do these?
Oh god.
You try them first.
Yeah, I'm not about mushrooms.
Oh God.
Oh,
Could you
yeah.
imagine eating, those mushrooms that grow up out of like a baseboard that's been wet and nasty
Yeah,
and
it's
for a long time,
poisonous.
and it grows up out of it? Could you imagine eating some of that?
It's like the best tasting mold I've ever had is black.
Mushrooms that you hallucinate on grow out of cow shit.
Yeah.
so-
Yeah, but that's different. That's out of the ground.
like
This is
Yeah,
literally out
that's
of
like
this-
out of a floor.
yeah, that's been wet, dry, moldy, and then now a mushroom grows up
And you're
out of
telling
it.
me that the grass the cow ate and or animal ate that went through its whole digestive system and been shit out, and the mushroom grows out of it is more sanitary than wet, dry wood?
Yeah, I would say so. I think you can get pretty sick off of mold. How much money? How much money would you guys get paid to eat something not like that grew up out of a baseboard that's been wet, dry, and moldy?
If I know it's not going to kill me, I guess.
Oh,
what,
you're
but
probably going to get sick, but it won't kill you.
I can't afford to be sick. All right, so it's my lost wages at that point.
That's
and
it?
whatever doctor bills I have.
That's it?
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
pretty broke these days. I'd take
yeah.
almost anything.
I mean, like a ham
But
sandwich.
lost
would-
wages and doctor bills, I would need more than that.
Plus an extra 20 spot.
Oh, dude.
That's
Dude,
it.
you
If you pay me $1,000,
now
I'll do
hold
it.
on a minute.
That's
This
it.
coming from the guy that
This is gonna be more than $1,000 in bills at that point.
I ain't getting sick. If I do get sick, I'm getting wheeled into work.
this coming from a guy that said I told him if I catch the fly, we eat it. And I
Yeah.
caught the fly, and he ate it.
No, I brought up
are other
you
countries.
catch it, I eat it. The fly was flying around in a break room, and I was like, you catch it, I eat it. Thinking this dude, it's a big break room. This fly cannot just stay where he's staying. First snatch, gets it, and he's like, I got him. And I'm like, oh boy. And it was alive.
regret
And
my-
I did specify the fly needs to stay alive.
Why?
And he did catch it, and it was
And
still
it's still
alive. So I ate it.
Yeah.
And
You're a man of your word.
yeah, I was a man of my word, and I felt it. I popped it in my mouth, and I felt it fucking. So I drank water with it because that was about to make
Swallowed
me
it
puke.
like a pill.
Yeah.
It was literally a pill at that point. I just couldn't. No way you could chew that.
You ever swallowed a jumping bean? I guess that's the same thing.
Jumping bean.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
So you guys think that's just odd, but over in India they're eating bugs, insects left and right.
Yeah, that stuff is disgusting.
Yeah, but
They're cooking it on the streets. That's got rats. That's got nastiness. Sometimes their feet are involved. Ugh, God. Ugh.
Where do you think that taste comes from?
How much? Okay, how much money would you take to go over there and eat some of that food? Because that does give you the runs, nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Ooh, that's a good one. I would love to. All right, so me myself, and I don't know how you guys feel about it. I'd like to go visit other countries and everything, but at the same time, I'm not getting my passport to go to India to go eat food.
I would say you have to pay my flight, pay my stay, give me money so I can spend, and pay me to get back here safely, and I'll do it.
I think we stick out like a sore thumb and we'll get robbed.
But I feel like you wouldn't want any of that other food from, like, I've heard the wife's grandma used to go to China for work, and she said that our Chinese food isn't their Chinese food. Chinese,
No.
like they're eating like chicken feet and shit like that.
Oh yeah, no, they actually.
I want to go to a Chinese buffet and get some of that white meat chicken.
But I
that's all
do
diced up.
love authentic Mexican food though.
That's different.
Authentic Mexican
I've
food
never
is
been to-
so good.
I've never been to Mexico to eat authentic, like OG Mexican food. Kennison's old lady and everything, they're Hispanic descent.
That's
And,
about as close as what we're getting around here.
She made food and he brought it into work, and it
Yeah.
was delicious.
Was it
Authentic.
tamales?
Yeah, I think so.
What's in the corn shell?
Yeah, I got a
I love
funny
tamales,
story
dude.
about that. I never knew
Oh
what
yeah,
tamale was.
tell this story, dude.
We had a Friendsgiving here in Linden at somebody's house, and I've never had a tamale before. They handed it to me. They're like, hey, because I showed up. I think I got off work late. I showed up and everything. You know where it's going at that point. So they're like, yeah. And so, oh, God, this has been years back now. Yeah, like 5 years. I think I picked up the plate, put the tamales on there, walked inside, microwaved it, came back to the table, not knowing what tamales are. So I started eating it because it still had the husk around it. I'm like, that looks weird. Oh, well. And I start biting through it, and I forget who just looked at me and went, what are you doing? I'm like, eating what you called a tamale? And they're like, you got to unwrap it. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean?
Yeah.
They're like, you're eating the husk of it. I'm like, oh, that's why it didn't taste so good. After that, though, great.
He must be one of them corn-fed boys who loves that husk.
He's kind of on the spectrum at that point.
He don't need no help. Man, that's...
Yeah, that's a bad deal. My first time.
It's like eating peanut shells. You can do it, but why?
Yeah, okay. So I
watched you guys do that.
like doing that, though, because it's more salty. And just don't eat a lot
You
of
like
it because
salty
it
nuts in
does
your
clog
mouth is
you
what
up.
you're going with.
Well, because there's so many little
Strands or whatever.
little
Yeah.
pokey bastards.
Don't eat a
shell.
lot of them. Don't eat a lot of them because
No, clean
it
out
does
your
clog
mouth.
you up. Oh, yeah.
You sound like
I'm sorry. I'm having
speaking-
Yeah, I
flashbacks.
was just
You're
gonna say,
speaking
yeah,
out of
flashback.
experience. Yeah.
But it's so good if you just pop it in your mouth. You're drinking beers. You're a little buzzed up. You just need something a little salty. Pop that whole nut in your mouth.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That sounded so
And
good.
yeah, just pop that whole nut in your mouth and
Yeah.
chew it. And it's a little dry, but way saltier.
He's all about that salty nuts.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Ah, man.
How'd that go sideways so
Ah.
fast? I wonder how.
It happens fast.
Yeah, it does.
Happens when you're talking about nuts.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to do it? Like, well, you take the peanut out.
If you
I
want
guess
to
I could have
cleanly
said
talk
peanut.
about it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
you
guess I
could have
could've
the
said
whole
peanut.
time.
Sorry.
Gotta get a nut, gotta get a nut quick, because I love the shit. So
Oh, dude, speaking of, just your random songs you like singing. So I watch, on Kick, I watch this dude named Vitaly. He catches predators. He's basically doing like your modern day Chris Hansen.
Oh, I see that on Facebook shorts.
And he usually does it in Florida and California. Florida, they prosecute these pedophiles, and in California they don't really prosecute them, which I can't say the P word on YouTube because they will they will flag us. So I'll be bleeping that word out.
sickos.
Predators.
Yeah. So no, you can't say that. You literally can't.
You can't say bomb on a plane.
How can you not say that?
Which
What if I was a
What is,
bombardier?
what is a lion versus a zebra at that point? He's a predator to the zebra. It's
So-
not that you're saying the other P word at that point.
So I'm gonna get back to that. We have Vitaly, so he catches those nasty
Correct.
people that are
Yes.
that are preying on children.
Yep.
And in California, they don't really prosecute them, so they make them go through 5 levels of torture. Not torture, but they sign a waiver, and it's like, hey, either you sign this, and when you go through our game show, or you walk out that door and you're getting arrested. A lot of them sign it. So they go through these torture things. One of these dudes that they caught was a Netflix producer recently.
What?
And what they made him do, well, Vitaly walks in and he's like, hey, I created this song, me and my buddy sang it, and it's ICP, How to Catch a...
Oh,
and he was blaring that, and I was like, oh, Jody's going to like this.
If you've never heard the song,
Was it called How to Catch Predator? Oh, I can't say that.
well, it's just an ICP song.
Yeah.
To catch a predator.
To catch a predator. So back to
Oh.
that
It's an
word.
Oh,
So back to that
fuck
word.
Dave.
Yeah. You don't say.
Yeah, I can't say it.
So back
Can't
to that
say
word.
the R word either.
If you guys have seen Joe Rogan's recent podcast, with Rob Blagojevich, he used to be an Illinois governor.
Yep.
I always thought the dude was guilty. Turns out his story is way different. What they tried to do to Trump, taking him to court so many times over some stupid stuff. They were doing to Rob Blagojevich he was basically the first guy they've done it to and prosecuted him and stuff like that. So if you guys haven't seen that, go to Joe Rogan's channel and check that out. But he was talking about when he was in prison, he was in the same prison as like child. I can't say that word, so it's going to be bleeped
Yeah,
out.
how's that going for
Oh man.
you? Wow.
He's in the same for like gangs and stuff like that, because they were usually he should have been in a prison with blue collar people, but no, or white collar. No, he was in a prison which was bad. But he was talking about how one of his reps came in to talk about, prison rules and what to do and what not to do, what to say. And he was already in prison for a while, and he was saying that he kept hearing the word chomo. He was like, what is that? What is that? So he asked his rep, he's like, what is and he didn't say chomo. He said he mispronounced it as like a chumu or something like that. And his rep was like, yo, you cannot say that. Do not say that. And he's like, what is it? And she tells him what it is. And she's like, you can't even say that word or else you're getting put in solitary confinement by the COs. And he's like, really? She's like, yeah, you basically can't harass them. You can't talk to them. You can't do anything or else you're going to be in trouble. You can't even say the aliens and predators, you can't even say that or else
Do it.
I want to so bad.
you can't say that or else you get put in solitary confinement. And I thought that was absolutely nuts.
Yeah, that's wild.
So
They get extra rights.
People who are preying on our children are getting getting better rights in prison than other prisoners that are there for like drug charges, like minor drug charges. Isn't that crazy?
Well, the crazy thing is you always, like we talked about the other day, they always talk like, oh yeah, they're gonna go to jail, they're gonna get it in prison, and actually they don't.
It's all right. So
they get pampered too. Like
I worked up at the cop shop.
Never mind.
I worked up at the cop shop, and I was maintenance. That's all I was at that point. And I got to see some of this firsthand at that point. And I understand everybody has rights. I get it. It's 2024, almost 2025. But when you're in jail, and this is just a jail at this point. This is not prison, mind you.
I've lived there.
What? Oh, yeah, never mind. Anyways.
Keep going. Not for that cause, though.
There's people that keep continuing their trials and everything, because in Whiteside, you're only supposed to be there for 365 days until you get transferred to prison at that point. That's the maximum there. Terry Costello is doing a terrible job at what he's doing as a state's attorney for Whiteside County.
He's not in office no more, though.
Did he get voted out?
Yep.
I haven't seen anything
Colleen
about it.
Buckwalter.
Oh, good
now.
deal.
Yep.
Seth's mom.
Yep, Seth's mom.
Colleen.
So that's way better. Way better.
I agree.
If you're watching, here's to you.
There was a lot of predator
sickos away.
There was a lot of the P word that got no sentencing by Terry Costello out of Whiteside County. Either way, I was going about
just
how
say
many
CPs.
We can go POS.
Just say
right?
CPs.
POS.
I will always go
CPs.
after the aliens and
POS
because my head is just it is what it is. So when you guys are talking about Chomo and everything, I had no idea what that was until I got to Whiteside. So all I got to do at that point was fix stuff. So I get to go through the catwalks and so on and so forth. There's COs up there. I see that the jail mates, whatever the hell you want to call them,
Trustees?
not prisoner. I guess they would be a prisoner. Inmates. Yeah, I'm going half ass. I can't say that. I didn't finish it. Sorry, TikTok. That would be the second time I messed that up.
We're gonna get flagged.
Yep. Anyways, so let's forget about that.
We're going to jail.
So I got to see that firsthand.
be it.
They have a lot more rights than people out on the street at that point. They're in a safe spot. There is just a spot on the south end where the chomos go at that point. So, and they segregate them out to the side because what you guys are talking about in prison, yeah, you don't want to associate anything like that with them at that point. They have rights. You cannot touch them, anything like that. In my head, that is so ass backwards. It is what it is, though.
Yeah. But I have heard in California is probably the worst prison to go to if you're a CP.
Yeah.
Because they do not have protective rights in California, which is crazy because you think California is the most.
That'd be the one that would have it.
Anything causes cancer comes out of the state of California. Anyways, I believe it should be everywhere like that, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, I agree. They should not have protective rights, especially the nasty things that I've heard of watching podcasts of COs talk about CPs. It just makes you sick to your stomach, and it makes you want to go home and just hug your kids. Like, oh, dude, I do not want my girls to go out in the world at all. Stay home with me. Live with me forever. I'll figure out how to homeschool. We're gonna be living like the Amish.
I'm not gonna. If that ever came to my kids, they ain't gonna have a chance to go to jail anyway. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know this
100%.
is confession on tape, but I, don't
think
care.
that that's
they ain't going. Those
This
guys
is-
ain't going to jail.
I'll
is
gladly
not-
turn myself in.
this is
Yeah.
not premeditated at that point. This is just a what if game, and the what if game is if you fuck around, you will find out at that.
Yeah, it's.
And it ain't gonna be quick. It's gonna be torture slow.
Oh yeah.
So, anyways, let's
One-
stop incriminating ourselves here.
I don't-
Nice
I don't
weather
care.
we're having. He's like, arrest me.
I want people watching this that are predators
To know.
Oh,
Don't
No.
mess.
aliens and predators to know.
Don't you do it.
CPs,
Oh my.
aliens and
Oh,
predators.
It's so hard.
It's a
not
good
to.
movie. You guys ever watch that movie?
No.
One
Nope.
and two.
No.
No,
The second
never
one's
seen
pretty
it.
good.
Never seen it.
I do
Yeah.
like it. Comment if you guys have watched it because it's a pretty good one.
The
But-
original, the original with Arnold. You know, just
yeah,
Predator.
yeah, that's one.
Yeah. That's,
No,
That's
no,
the,
no, no, no,
isn't that
no,
the name of the movie?
no. You're talking. I know what you're talking about.
That's the name of the movie.
If I had my phone, I'd show you. Aliens versus Predators.
Well, I know what you're talking about.
Yes.
Because the Predator is the one that's facing the alien. But
Hey, you
he's
can't-
from the original movie Predator with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And,
Yes,
say
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I'm talking about a
You
movie.
can't say
I'm talking about
that
a
word
movie.
as you guys are dropping it 5 times
Well,
in
I think
one
it's-
sentence.
It's because YouTube picks up that we're talking about, CPs.
How do they know our subject at that point?
They have computers that pick up on words.
There's a whole room full of nerds.
That's just like
going,
TikTok when you
Exactly.
said
Dan
when you
Cook,
said
come again.
They're
it's just
all
like
like-
on TikTok when we had 2 viewers
Yeah.
and you said that word last time
Yeah.
and it flagged me right away.
Yeah.
It's because it's got an algorithm that these words cannot be said.
Oh wow.
And it'll once it's said, it'll then go in and watch.
I did.
Yeah.
That little section of it to see if it's actually valid or
Correct.
not. Or used in malice.
Hey, the wife's on.
Yeah, I seen her.
Hi,
Howdy.
honey.
Yeah,
Hi,
I didn't
honey.
realize that because last time I didn't know the R word was that really that bad, and well, of course now I do. First time on TikTok got flagged.
Yeah.
I did not finish the last one that I said, so we're good. Didn't see anything pop up on the screen.
No, I didn't. It pops up right over there.
That's what I
Can't
started-
say retaliate.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, that being said,
Close, right?
I don't know.
Did you clench up a tiny bit?
Yeah.
Every bit of it. We're all looking at the screen like, is there going to be an exclamation point? Yeah, last time I'm like, what's on your screen? He's like, you can't say that.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I just seen a commercial for Chipotle. I gotta tell you guys this story real quick. The other day, I went to Chipotle, drove into the cities because me and the old lady were craving it. Drove to the cities, bought Chipotle, came back, ate way too much. Like, oh, dude, way too much. And it was about 7:30, 8 o'clock, so it's late.
That's his toxic trait.
Yeah, I ate too much.
He's
If I
eating too
like
much.
something, I'll eat it until I literally am about to puke. Actually, his tacos that he makes, I liked them so much. I ate so much that I went home and puked because I was so full.
They were good tacos.
But that's the same thing with
called
Chipotle,
being
and I
bulimic.
hate throwing up. I hate it. Absolutely hate it. So I'll do anything in my power not to throw up. So I was rolling around in bed because I couldn't sleep because I was so full and I was getting acid reflux. Go out in the living room. I sitting on the couch like this, and I'm just trying to fall asleep like that. Just letting gravity do its thing because I'm like, I'm not throwing up. I paid so much money for this food. I'm not
Yeah.
throwing it up. And didn't eat the whole next day because I was still full from Chipotle.
That's bad.
Yeah, it was super bad because then we had to go to my grandma's for brunch, and I didn't eat anything. And everyone's
You
like, "Why aren't you eating?"
ungrateful
I said,
turd.
"I had a wild night last night. Ate too much."
Yeah.
Did you eat yesterday when you got home, or at the Christmas you went to?
Yeah, I did. Yep.
Because we went to Los Agaves for lunch yesterday.
Sounds like a balloon
And,
deflating.
Our foreman, shout out to him. He bought Cadillac margaritas for us yesterday, which
Those are
huge.
so big.
Is it,
and there's-
is
there's
that
a
why it's
lot
called
of
a
booze in it.
Cadillac then? 'Cause
So
a-
it's not a Cadillac until you get the extra. Was that dos?
It's pretty much triple
what's-
sec and then
Don Julio and triple sec. Once you get those extras, then it qualifies as a Cadillac.
So does it mean like quality wise? I guess because a
Yeah, it was
Cadillac's
super
quality.
good. It was super good.
It,
But then between that, all that liquid, and then I just got the lunch special, but I was so full on the way home. Did you eat?
Yeah, I did.
How'd you
eat.
force it down? I didn't eat nothing else yesterday.
Well,
I did find a half-eaten cookie on my headboard, so I think I attempted to eat a cookie before I went to sleep.
Nice.
half-eaten cookie on your headboard. What a wild night.
I got a bag of pretzels on my lamp.
I had to prep for the morning.
Oh my god, dude. So let's move on to the conspiracy theories. Dave's got the conspiracy theory this week, and I'm very I can't wait to hear it. Cannot wait to hear it. Oh, he takes a big swig because he's about to get real. It's about to get real.
Got to moisten the palate.
So I was going to bring up another subject at this point, but I have obligated to switch my conspiracy theories. I've already talked it over with the guys here. I will have to do a little bit more research. I want to come with you guys with facts, and I'm not going to just try saying just off the wall stuff at that point. But there's one that I think a lot of people can go with at this point. It would be my biggest thing, and I think this will be a conversation piece to be had. Now, who do you believe, and this is going to be talked about, Joe Rogan, everybody else like that, built the pyramids at this point? Now, you can say that it was aliens, you could say it was superior human beings at that point, or we just had slavery at its finest. I believe the advanced civilization at one particular time.
Did you say slavery at its finest?
Yes, back in that day, that was a normal thing. I don't agree with it by any means, but that was a thing back then, and everybody thought it was okay. Is it weird?
Slavery at its finest.
But now, for the simple fact, I believe that there was, I don't know if it was aliens, but superior beings at that point, because there has been, and you can look it up, you guys, TikTok Live, YouTube, when it comes out and everything, look it up, and you can find that there are machined and or cut out stones there at the pyramids that it's like a Russian nesting doll, how it tapers down. And actually, we talked about this before podcasts. I think you can actually I'll find the picture and I'll send it over to you. This is a perfectly machined, where even nowadays I want to say machinists, but the tool and die people that go over there and look at it, or the architects that go over there and look at it, they're like, we can't recreate this. There's such a flat surface, and some of these are granite at that point. They're inside the pyramids, and they have a machinist flat edge against it, and it's perfect. How do you suppose back in the Egyptians, I'm having a stroke while I'm talking, came up with such
They had a lot of time on their hands.
A lot of time.
It was before cell phones and TikTok.
But how do you get the perfect flatness at that point?
Yeah,
I agree that they probably did.
Wax
civilization,
on, wax off.
Civilization will always improve at this point because we're an evolving species at this point. We're always going to gain knowledge. Back then, I bet they were really good at working with their hands, where we have tools now that do the jobs for us. It's just how this is going to work out. But it's when the architects and everybody else that come out and say, even nowadays, we can't recreate this. So Joe Rogan's had a podcast about it and everything, and it's you can scratch your heads about it. A lot of people believe in aliens. Aliens helped them out because there's another tidbit. I forget the tonnage on this block, but it came from I think it was 600 miles, and I might be incorrect on that now. And I hate to tell you guys incorrect facts, but it was a great distance for, at that particular time, to get a block of that mass to the pyramids in so-called desert at that point. So a lot of people think aliens helped at that point. Or it could be back into, well, they had, and I don't know right now, but the amount of slaves that they had, feasibly, they're expendable. You can get the blocks there. Or advanced civilization, that's a whole nother subject in itself.
I feel like each different idea of who it could have been is
It is.
The whole conversation in its own, you know?
It is.
If we just dug into, okay, it was the aliens.
So
and we could have a whole conversation on that. And then if it was, well, maybe it was,
that's where
it was a civilization before it was,
Correct. That's where I need to see what you guys think about it. Was it just human beings evolving at that point? Was it aliens? And TikTok Live is going, and whoever is on YouTube that's watching, let us know what you think at this point. But I want to know what you guys think about this. Do you think it was aliens? Do you think it was us, or advanced human beings at that?
Well,
or beings?
I think if it was human beings, why was it just the pyramids and where's everything else? How come just those?
So they
you
are
know what? We're gonna
finding-
build some cool stuff, but this is it.
They
Don't
are.
you build anything over there? Don't you build anything over there?
So they still have the Sphinx.
Right here.
They still have the Sphinx and everything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But
They
most
built-
of it's over there. Where's all the other cool stuff?
So the one in Antarctica that's actually melting down snow and they're finding a pyramid up there. Not saying that it's connected to a certain extent. It could be. But the Aztecs down in Mexico and everything, they had pyramids to a certain extent. They're not actually ones that come
and
up to a
that's-
peak.
That's
They
my other
plateau.
thing is, okay, maybe it was aliens. What spots did they pick? Why there? Like,
Right.
I'm going to put one here. Here. Sorry, puberty. I'm going to put one here. I'm going to put one here. And over there. Nothing in here. Nothing. Touch that spot. Just seems weird.
So which one you going with? Just human beings?
I don't, well, that's what I'm saying. If it was just human beings, why did they? Where's everything else? You know, it seems like the pyramids are the only thing that made it. That's all we built, or they built, and the Sphinx and stuff. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like right now, if civilization died, everybody on Earth died.
Correct.
And like we were kind of half talking earlier, the world did a full cycle, and everything came back. They're gonna find chunks of skyscrapers.
in what
You know what I mean?
To what certain extent though, because
Look
the
where we're
Earth
at
is
now.
The Earth is, I forget, 1 trillion years old, but we've only been on this planet for like 500,000 years, 600,000 years as what we are as a standing up species from cavemen.
I guess
so-
in my mind, I feel like all this stuff we have isn't going to deteriorate, but I guess that's a lot of years. So.
Exactly within an amount of time per se. If we
But-
went extinct and over 1 million years surpassed at that point, I believe any metal structure, and this is only my belief at that point, but Mother Nature will take over at that. 1 million years is just, we've been on this planet for a speck at that.
Yeah.
But I think any
Fair
stone
point.
structure, anything like that, it'll go back into that. The caves are going to be where they find the not hieroglyphics. My mistake. Still think about Egypt at that point, but the wall paintings at that.
Yeah.
You're going to see graffiti from some guy that's been spray painting locomotive cars inside there. They're going to be like, "This was a weird species."
So
Anyways, we'll move down.
I
the line.
am gonna go. It was the slaves still. It was the slaves. I know you brought up that block that was like 600 tons or something crazy like that.
Correct. It's an obnoxious
But you know
amount of
how
weight.
much weight gets taken off when you put rollers, which they did have.
I've
they
seen
did
this theory.
rollers
Yep.
on top with a shit ton of like mules and whatever they had to pull and slaves to pull that. I think that's how they could get it to that location. I've seen there's people that make mad art with their hands and woodworking, stuff like that. Who says that they just weren't used to using their hands that great of a job building blocks?
Yeah, I'm not going to disagree with that. That's the theory behind it at that point. Do I think it's aliens? No. Do I think there were superior beings at that point? Yes. But I still see that fact right there. Yes, the wheel wasn't in at this particular time. We did have manual labor, and in Egypt at that point had a lot of slaves, so a lot of things could be done at that point.
And no phones. They had nothing to do.
Yeah,
I'm
they were
also-
on payphone. I don't know.
I'm also going to bring up Jody's fact of, there ain't nothing else around, but who says that the town wasn't built, a couple miles down the road, but it's just obviously gone and deteriorated over time because the pyramids are big, big blocks.
You know how
obviously
much-
those aren't going to deteriorate.
Will they have eroded with the sand? Because, like I said,
Yeah.
Mother Nature, sand, wind, water,
Those are
everything
thick,
like that.
thick blocks that a sandstorm comes through. Yeah, it might. It's like sandblasting something every now and then.
Correct. What they were, I would say, let's say 500 years at that point. What they were at that particular time versus now, I bet it looked completely different. Not as much erosion, so on and so forth. One other thing is that I don't know if I even want to get into it. The water erosion damage that's on the Sphinx, the cat-like figure with the human's face, they found water erosion on that.
The one missing the nose.
Correct. Yeah, the one that's missing the nose.
Got your nose.
Because there was another.
I think that brings up, the.
Makes a good fact right there. There was another theory out there for human beings using the water to their advantage to float that block a certain amount of distance. Because they did have animals back then, so you know what a football is made out of, right?
Pigskin.
Correct. So if you can sew something like that up, they can make a bladder at that point to float something of that weight. And they do that in ship recoveries nowadays too.
Yeah.
Which, that's feasible. And I mean, with the water erosion on there, I mean, there had to be water. And I know everything's changing because we started off as Pangea, as one big continent, and then we broke away. And at some particular time, all of our continents will come back together at that point. Will we be alive? No, not by any means. But it's debatable. I see your reasoning on both of that, and I can flex both ways, but I still think with what we know nowadays, with the amount of difficulty to get with modern machinery the same results as what they did that long ago, I think there still had to be something more advanced than them. The other thing, and this is speculation at its finest, this is not part of the theory, but I saw something on Facebook again, so it must be true.
Oh, 100%.
You've seen the hieroglyphics that they keep coming up with, like, this looks like a helicopter, and don't get me wrong, I guess that's the problem with it. If I'm looking at hieroglyphics,
What's that statue that they look exactly the same, but they're from a long time ago, and they're on different ends of the earth. Like I can't remember. It's like got the eagle head. I've seen it a few times. There's like a statue or a drawing or something of the same thing, but
found on complete different
different sides of the earth. Like,
and that's the thing, they would have had.
How would these people know what this looked like to draw it? Because they're from over here and they're from over here.
Yeah, unless they had the same thought process, right? But to have the duplicate, the copy and paste
unless that
situation.
same dude went over there, did the same exact thing.
Your whole life consists of Your whole life consists of this.
He drew this one when he was an adult.
Yeah, he made this when he was born.
I can't remember that one
and
detail.
died over
I'm gonna
there.
have to go back.
Yeah, that's a problem. Or
that place that has the steps that look like they've been melted, and they talk about how hot it would have to be to melt that stone, but there's nothing around to melt it.
Where? That's a good one.
But it's stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like how did that happen?
That's
weird stuff.
Oh, every bit of it.
Didn't they just find whale bones in the desert somewhere?
But that goes on back to Egypt at this point, that our land, or how do I want to say this, our climates have changed within this amount of time. And even right now, if you look outside, right now being in Midwest, do you see snow on the ground? Back when you were a kid, do you remember snow being on the ground right towards January? We usually had white Christmases. I believe there's something going on at that point, and even in time, the equator does move at that point. We sit on an axis.
We haven't had a white Christmas, and oh man, it's been a long time, as long as I can remember.
Dream
white Christmas, just like the ones we used to know. Bump, 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 ba-dum.
Sorry, I had to get that out.
Anyways,
great tune.
Yeah,
I will take another, sir. Yeah, that was a good one, Dave. That was a good one. Oh no.
I have to go shooting after this.
Fireball.
They're not,
dude.
They're not the ones from yesterday. Remember the big ones?
So that came back and bit me in the ass, because remember those big ones that you bought? Went to Allie's mom's Christmas. In my stocking, there was a row of Fireballs that same size, and I'm like, oh man! I turned down Jody's because it was a big bottle. Wasn't no shooters like this.
Next one up from this,
and now I got a whole 6-pack of them.
Whoo! Yeah, thanks for not bringing them.
Oh, they're still buried in the woman's van.
Fireball. Connecting the cheers.
Cheers.
Ugh.
And they're kind of warm because they didn't have any cold ones. So
Yuck.
That's on me. That's on me.
Oh, why is it so spicy?
Kobe. Oh,
You let him down.
I know. I let a lot of
Kobe.
people down.
Hey,
There's no-
I'll count that. I'll count that. That was in and
wait,
We'll
out.
count
What?
Dave's too. We'll count
Yeah.
Dave's. His was in.
No, you know what? You know what? I'm better than that. I don't need a participation trophy. I missed that.
Wait, yours did go in?
No. Yes, it went in and fell out. The trash bag is full.
All I saw was
For
it
everybody
hitting the
that can't
Your
see
turn.
this, YouTube and TikTok, I have a trash bag sitting behind the cameras that is 99% full. There's a 1% chance it stays in there.
If I do it, Dave, you gotta take another shot.
If he does
Of
it,
what?
he's got to take a shot of these I got in here.
Nope.
I
What?
got.
And if you miss, you guys both take a shot of that bourbon.
Bingo.
You didn't make it. Nope.
Here we go.
Here we go.
No way.
You want some vodka?
It's not in the bag, dude.
Put the fries in the bag. TikTok, you should know what we're talking about. Put the fries in the bag.
I really didn't buy these to drink. I bought the 3 fireballs. And
Dude,
she's like,
we're not taking that.
I don't want to take it either.
It's potato vodka. It's
Yeah,
literally
you gotta
potato
get
vodka.
your taters. Ew.
Yeah, how about we just skip out on
Hey,
that?
it's got your ashtray on the top, David.
Look at that.
What brand is that? That's Wheatley.
Yeah, that's different.
Chopping.
Chopping.
Is
Yeah.
it glass or plastic?
The Gallic,
Plastic.
The
Oh,
Gallic
no shit.
Casey's.
It's glass.
The Gallic Casey's. I bought the 3 fireballs, and she's like, "Here,
All
you
right.
can have 3 of these for free."
Maybe
I was
somebody
like, so she gave me those.
between
Yeah.
YouTube and TikTok, you're live though. But somebody tell me why on the bottom of these little bottles, and same thing as Wheatley vodka, they have a little ashtray thing. It
Like a
looks
little
like it.
little divot.
Yeah.
For,
We're not rocking the Insta360, but I wonder if my camera can focus this. Riddle me this.
Davey, it zoomed in on you, buddy.
Now all the seasons like
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not
It's
in
already
focus
zoomed.
whatsoever.
That camera's already
I
zoomed in
forget
on you.
about the zoom, but
You sure you're ready?
yeah, if somebody could
I need another.
reiterate why they do that. I've never seen that until you point that out.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why those make it like that.
Well, the Wheatley vodka makes sense at that point, but they should make it so you can make it as a base at that, so I can actually have it in an ashtray.
So when I was over in Poland,
Oh yeah,
they had this vodka that had a buffalo grass wheat in the vodka. It was like looks like a grass blade in the vodka. Really good vodka. It also had the same thing on it. And funny story about that vodka is I got absolutely hammered one night with the Canadian Army, and they luckily I knew where the hell I was going, but because they were down by the lake, they got like a whole station down there because they were staying longer in Poland than we were, and we went down there one night to party with them and got hammered with the Canadians. Was walking back to camp, and they had this bar that was grown in these 2 trees as a pull-up bar, and it was like literally grown into the trees. So, and every morning I'd see the Polish Army doing pull-ups on it. I'm walking back and I'm hammered, and I'm like, I want to see if I can do a muscle up. You know what a muscle up is?
no.
It's where you're hanging and you go from here to here and you're up.
Oh, all right.
So I tried doing that, and I started, for some reason I thought I needed to start swinging my legs like the CrossFit people do. So I started swinging my legs, and I'm hauling, and I get up to like right here, and the bar is, and when you're doing a muscle up, I think you're supposed to keep it close to your body. My bar was way out here when I swung up, and we're still live. And it comes down, my elbows gave out, it came down, hit me in the chest, knocked the wind out of me. I let go of the bar, and the bar was like, okay, I'm 6 foot, and I had to jump up to hold this, so it was high up there. I hit my chest, let go of the bar, fall back, hit my back, knock myself out. My shoe came shooting off, so my shoe was gone.
That only happens with the big people that have been hit by vehicles. And
Yeah.
when their shoes fly
Yeah.
off, you hit the ground with
So
some force.
I did, and I woke up. That's the first time I've ever knocked myself out. First time I've ever been knocked out in general. But I woke up to my sergeant sitting on top of me, or not sitting, standing, slapping me in the face, like trying to wake me up. I wake up so confused why my shoe's off. And they
That's
said,
the biggest concern. You're in Poland, knocked out on the ground. I would be concerned about my shoe too, I guess.
well, I literally, dude, I was so confused. And they're like, you hit so hard your shoe came off. I said, no way. Someone took my shoe.
Yeah, you couldn't get past that hurdle right there.
No. So that vodka messed me up though. That
That's
buffalo wheat
I've
vodka.
heard different countries have higher potency compared to
Yeah, their beers down there too were.
Well, like in Germany at that point, you go over to Germany and you have a beer at that point, the alcohol content is more than what you content of court.
Content.
Yeah, watch too much Law and Order.
Dun 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 dun.
You-
dun.
You with the audio over.
Yeah.
Yesterday morning.
Funny fact that you say Law and Order, because just yesterday, me and Jody, I don't know why we were talking about Law and Order, but we listened to the whole 3 minutes and 17
No, every
seconds
bit of it. I watched it on
of the
YouTube.
song that opens up Law and Order.
I didn't think it was that long until I looked it up on YouTube and I figured out it was that long.
And-
Yeah, if you guys have never looked up the Law and Order full 3 minutes and 17 seconds of that song, look it up because
Do we
it
get-
gets squirrely
So
on
we're
the
riding
end.
on
Will
our
we
way
get
to work.
demonetized if we play that over YouTube?
Yes.
On YouTube?
Yep.
On YouTube?
Yep. Copyright version.
YouTube. You're killing me.
On our way to work, there's no sound except for dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
Yes.
And,
Dun, dun,
and just
dun,
when you
dun,
think the song's
dun.
over, like it kind of fizzles out, you know, and you think it's the end. We're
No,
sitting there,
it's
and all of a
not.
sudden it's like, and we thought the 3 minutes are surely done by now, and all of a sudden, it starts coming back. We look at each other like, what?
It's still going.
It's still going.
Yeah, that was wild. Yeah, another story from Poland though was that grass wheat vodka or their beers and stuff like that. The Polish army was right next to us, and we were posted up in tents next to them. The first night we were there, this is how I knew stuff is getting squirrely. First night we were there, we were all sleeping in our tents. A Polish military guy comes crawling underneath our tent, like underneath to get in. He's army crawling, and I get woken up. It's like midnight. I get woken up to people yelling and freaking out and flashlights in my face and their face, and I get woken up and there's this Polish dude and he don't know speak. He speaks no
don't
English.
speak- yeah,
he don't
no.
know speak no English, and he's
Pasquella.
he's scared. We're scared. Why are you? And why is he? And I was, dude, it was so reckless.
Everybody's just yelling.
Everyone's like,
screaming.
"Get the F out! Get the F out!" And he's like,
Do you
he's
guys
on.
think you were under attack? Or
No, he
what?
was hammered. But I don't know. I just woke up and to yelling and lights.
He's
and,
a friendly, and you guys are like, get out!
oh, dude,
Get
it was,
him!
It
Yeah.
was nuts. It was absolutely crazy. That's how I knew this was no normal place to be on a military mission thing that we were on. It was squirrely, dude.
So
So
everybody
squirrely.
was it sounds like everybody was hammered at opposite times.
It was
You guys are asleep, sober. They're just hammered, crawling underneath your tent.
no.
Vice
That was the
versa,
first.
They're sober. You're falling off the fucking
No.
pull-up bar.
No. We were always hammered. After that first night,
Let me correct you. We
after
were
that
always-
first
Always.
night, I figured out. Well, obviously, the first couple nights, you had to sneak it, you know,
Right.
because all you had to do was go down to where the Canadians were at. They were selling the beer that the Polish army gave them for free, pallets of beer for free, because they were there for a long time or whatever. So we were buying beer from the Canadians that is Polish beer.
Literally a pallet.
Yeah, pallets of beer. And it ended. I'll be right back.
What ended? So, anyways, YouTube. We're trying to do this whole TikTok and YouTube thing at the same time. So
Yeah.
there's another Polish. What
Polish
was that with
sausages
the
are good.
Tobacco.
Oh.
It's something about tobacco over there. I forget. He said the story. I've never been to Poland, so
Polish sausages are good. I don't know.
I think I had it once.
Yeah.
As soon as he said sausage, that's when you turned around.
Because
YouTube, you're still here.
Yeah.
in their MREs.
What?
Yeah.
Damn.
MREs,
What?
ours, it's like a lot of dry food.
If you can't hear him because he's not
His
talking
mic.
on his mic,
Yeah,
he's
exactly.
saying that the Polish MREs had Polish sausages in it.
Apparently,
Yeah.
I gotta verify my age.
Oh, he's got to verify his age on TikTok Live.
You're old. You're old.
All right, we're back. For the people that are still in this
Wow.
live, only 3 people still in there. TikTok decided to ask me what my age is middle of my live.
Yeah.
I gotta
dude,
now
what?
I gotta reshare it. Get everybody back on here.
Yeah, everyone, if you want to go reshare it too, Dave.
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna give it a shot.
Yeah, so those that are joining right now, this is
For some reason, they decided, all this time you've been on here,
yeah.
you do not.
What's your age?
29.
What's your age? I had to for some reason I had to take my hat off, stand in frame for them to verify that I'm 29 years old.
And you guys missed it. I was gonna get a picture of it, but he was over there. He was just an ass shake away from twerking.
Yeah.
An ass shake
Real
away
close.
from twerking.
He was throwing it back like, what's going on over there?
Stuff
He's just
was
like,
getting-
I gotta prove my age. Like, what are you showing him your wiener?
Yeah. He's over there twerking.
No, they think I'm a 9-year-old boy if I did that.
I was gonna say that.
He's a pop.
No,
lock and drop it.
then we wouldn't be live anymore.
So
Yeah.
back to the Poland story.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we had a sneak, getting drunk, and then going down to the Canadian Army, buying beer from them, and then just getting drunk with them all the time and coming back. We were there for NATO convention, which was just like NATO was meeting, and we were just there for backup. It was so boring. We did nothing every day. Thank you guys for watching today, and we're going to continue on TikTok Live. But thank you guys for watching today.
Appreciate
Go
ya.
check out our Facebook page to figure out when we're going live. A little behind the scenes, early access to a lot of things. So go check us out on Facebook. Link is
Maybe
in the
even a nip
description.
slip. I don't know.
Also, go down in the description, grab yourself some cool new merch. Grab yourself some well hung shirts.
Well hung.
That's what this
shirts.
podcast is
I
called.
couldn't
Well
find
hung.
mine. I have a well hung shirt. I couldn't find mine this
Yep.
morning.
So, but here's the fun part.
you got my dogs on a hog shirt.
Eli has our well hung, which you guys are watching right now. Jody has our dogs on hogs, and also we have our new merch here finally. Because
Yep.
I don't know why you didn't wear the beanie.
Some new beanies because it's hot. It's hot in here. It's hot outside.
If you're bald, it's different. But anyways,
Um,
we do have beanies now. He went ahead and pulled the trigger on that.
Yep.
Do we have well hung yet or on that or no?
No, we do not have well hung beanies yet.
All right.
But go check out the merch, hats, t-shirts, sweatshirts, whatever.
Yep.
And then also don't forget to check out Crafty Creations for these bomb cups that are made.
They were great.
And do not forget to go get yourself some energy, clean energy, 0 jitters. Use code DOH for 10% off.
Dubby.
And
I got one other thing. Though.
Dubby.
We're forgetting 2 people at this point. Kemi Moto has been a big supplier to us, even on our
Yep.
other channel. Go check out Dogs on Hogs and everything. Kemi Moto has been a big supplier,
for
and
it.
UNATV Pro has been another one. There we go.
Oh
That's
my
the last
God.
2 sponsors.
yeah, so thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.
See ya.
See ya.